There were two Olympic teams, the white athletes and the black athletes.
There was no doubt in your mind that it was going to be a race. It was going to be a real race.
I don't think any of these boys will be foolish enough to demonstrate at the Olympic Games.
You can expect almost anything.
My question, I know that I'm quite young. I'm only 19 and I'm a freshman here. But my question is, for young people who may, whether they're athletes or not, if we come up against barriers in our careers or in everyday life, what is our best way to overcome it? Because a lot of people overcome it in ways which may be looked at as bad, but I guess we try and go the way you guys did it, so the way that people before us overcame segregation and etc. But what is our best way to overcome not only racial barriers, but age barriers, and like everything?
So you will know you have a problem because of the way you feel. That's the first thing you must understand. Then from there, you have appendages in life. You might, no, not you might, you will have to go to where you feel that you can get help, either to your family or to your instructor or to that mirror in the bathroom. But you know you have a problem. Now it's up to you to find a solution or find the avenue to a solution at the end of the tunnel because of the way you feel. Now we're not talking about because you flunked that test, like I said earlier, flunked that test in geometry. You know why you didn't do that? Because you didn't study probably. 99% chance that you didn't study. Not that you didn't understand what you were studying, but that you didn't study. Same reason, the same answer I would give to the psychological, the sociological, the biological part of you. You know you're hurt. Find out what the hurt is and go to the issue. The big part of hurt and creating a source of when you're sick, healing is start the question within yourself to ask somebody. And don't be afraid to continue asking for can I say hell, like, bore the heck out of folks to find an avenue for your I'm 33 years of college instructor in sociology and health. And I encourage my students to come talk to me about nothing. Just come and talk. The only way Tommie Smith one of the ways Tommie Smith got through college is my sociology instructor pulled me out of the back of the class and said, "You read Plato last night." I said, "Yeah, yes, sir, you told us to." He said, "What did you get out of it?" I said, "Nothing, I don't understand it." He said, "Have you ever been in a cave?" I said, "I live in a cave." He said, "What did you see?" I said, "Reflections that I didn't know." He said, "You read the allegory of the cave, didn't you?" I said, "I did." He said, "That was an assignment I gave you." And after then, man, I became a PhD in what I thought I knew. But that took me to start asking questions because he brought me out to do things. I don't read Plato anymore, but at that particular time, it was great because I didn't understand it myself. I was ashamed to move on. I didn't think that far. I knew what I did had to be done because I didn't want to do it. But it was done. It was a force that pushed me into doing. Why? Because I was the fastest. I'll pat myself on the back later, but let me tell the truth. I was the fastest man in the world in two events. The 200 and the 400. I held both world records in 1968. Most people don't know that. I ran a 10.0700 meters. 10.0700 meters. The world record was 10 flat. So I was 700th of a second off of holding all three world records. And I didn't realize that that was great. After picking cotton in the field, chopping cotton, driving tractor, bucking hay with my dad, it's just labor work you up these out there. This was something great. A full 12-hour day work or working sun up, sun down, that was good to me. This was easy. Running and beating folks, that's the only way I got my revenge on working 12 hours a day, beating folks, but by running. But Angela Davis, all those folks which I knew, I had met after 68, was no different than I. And you know, it was Muhammad Ali, it was someone. Maybe Angela Davis' cousin, asked the same question to me. Do you feel as important as my sister? And I know that you are as important. I couldn't answer the question either. Because I don't look at myself above anybody, just moving faster through the crowd of those who need moving. I didn't have that idea of I'm better or I must do more than I'm doing now, because I was doing everything I possibly could do at that particular time to make aware of the need for social success, and that was through the racist tendencies of those around me. You know something, folks? People are going to have their druthers, wants, or dislikes. I like the piano one when I leave here. But there are good and bad people in all creeds, color, races, and religion. You white folks out there, don't get the idea that you're all bad. And don't get the idea that because we're black, we're all bad. There's good and bad in everything. Have you ever tasted Metropolitan? What's that ice cream you got? Neapolitan ice cream? Or rice and beans? You know, you have a mixture, you have a taste. You ever try to... Okay, yeah, thank you, sir. I know that this is an academic setting, okay? But I like to live life with a life tone. I didn't say with a light tone, did I? I said a life tone. And I want to ask you 3 questions, okay? And I'm going to give you 10 pounds. I'll give you one of these if I get a right answer. And I just got one question, I got an explanation for another. Can anyone tell me my Olympic number?
387.
Who did that? What? Thank you, that's pretty good. The shoes, now this is for information, not to take a free poster home. The shoes that I wore, the warm-up shoes, not the spikes I wore, but the warm-up shoes that I took on the victory stand with me. Did anyone see that shoe? See that shoe I had in the back? Yeah. Well, this is the shoe. That's right, and it's for sale. The only difference is, the Bruce Wayne is, there's fists on this shoe. Who made Tommie Smith shoe? There's fists on this shoe with 1968 in the back there. My name on the front here. I'm the salesman today. Here. And there were a certain amount of them made in the entire world. And I have a wife who was in sales at the time. So what she did, you know what that woman did? She bought every shoe in the world. And there was only about 500 pairs that Puma made. And I think she bought about 185 pairs all over the world. So she had the shoes. If you want a pair of shoes, just hit her up. Get her